Hi guys, it's Bethany. Welcome to my channel. I'm just doing a little budget with me today because today's payday, yay! But it's actually a special budget with me because I did get a bonus on this paycheck. So we're gonna be budgeting a lot more than usual. So I thought this would be fun to do. It's kind of hard for me to know what to do when I have extra money. I mean, whoever really has extra money, but money that I wasn't expecting, I guess. So if you want to see me work through that, I just thought that would be helpful because it's something that I struggle with. Okay, so the amount we got for our paycheck, I usually go in and budget and do this column first. I usually just estimate $2,000 for my paycheck. It's usually a little bit more than that, but I already know how much I got paid. So I usually do this like before my paycheck, but I didn't get a chance to. So we're just gonna go ahead and work in our actual column. So my paycheck was $20.48. And then my bonus was actually $21.04. So we're going to be budgeting for a total of $4,152. Actually, I have some white on. Let me fix that because that's going to bother me. Perfect. Okay, so I decided that I'm gonna pay pretty much all my bills for the month out of this paycheck since it's so much more. So car payment is $245. Credit cards is $60. And subscriptions is gonna be $90. It's usually a lot lower than this, but I have a supplement subscription that I've kind of delayed for a couple months because I still had the supplements, but I think in April I'm gonna need a refill on that. So that's including that. So that's an extra like almost $50. So that's why that's so high. And then I bought something on my card, so I have to pay my card back $150. So I'm just counting that as a bill as well. And you might notice I don't have rent on here. So my husband and I decided we're gonna just try something different starting in April. And since I'm a month ahead from my bills, then that would be my April rent. So let me try and explain. So I already paid him March's rent that I had saved for in February. So I saved for all my bills a month ahead, so I have them ready on the first of the month. So I already paid him the rent for March, but in April, we decided that I'm not gonna be paying him half of the rent and I'm just gonna cover all of our food costs. It equals out to about the same, but I might be able to have a little bit extra money just to focus on paying my debts. But we do end up pretty much spending the $500. I usually give him $550 for rent, so I do usually end up, or we would end up spending that $500 something on food anyway, but we're just hoping that I have a little bit of extra money to pay off debt, but we'll see how that goes. And we both said, like, if it's not working out well, then we'll go back to splitting the rent. But we're just gonna try that in April, see how it goes. And also, it would just be so much easier for one person just to pay for all the food because we're always in the grocery store, in Target, like taking turns at the self-checkout because we always self-checkout too. So I think it would just be easier if we combine our food costs, and then I can meal plan and cook for both of us. But my husband does keto and he does all these like healthy things, so it's kind of hard to meal plan in general. But if I just did all the grocery shopping and paid for that, I think that would be a lot easier. So we're just going to be trying that out. I don't know why I gave you such a long-winded explanation for that, but I just wanted to share, I guess. Okay, so let's see how much our bills are coming out to. Actually, I brought my calculator this time, so I wouldn't have to do this. 60 plus 90. Okay. 545 is what we're looking at. So then let's take our income minus our 545 for bills. We have 3607. Okay. And then my cash envelopes. So everything's gonna be getting its usual amount, except gas. I'm gonna give 50. I usually do 40, but I'm gonna do 50 because for my fun money, I had an extra $10. I went for a massage and I budgeted $10 more than it actually came out to be. So I usually give fun money 60, but I only need to give it 50, and then I'll just give gas 50. So it comes out to like an even amount. Okay, and then my eating out, it's gonna be 100, what it usually gets. Household gets 100 and groceries gets 200. So this amount will go way up in April. I think I'll be giving groceries 400 per paycheck, which is every 2 weeks. And then my eating out will get 150. Just because I'll be taking care of all the food, so the eating out and everything like that. That's why the total is going to be so high. Plus I do live in Hawaii, like I said, so yeah, everything's expensive. Anyway, I know that nationwide things are expensive, but our baseline is just more expensive, so we do spend a lot on food, so that's why we thought that was kind of a good solution. Okay, and then my self-care, I do have some appointments. I've been kind of neglecting my self-care for the past few months since I've been trying to focus so hard on my budget, but I felt like I was kind of burning out. And plus I've been having like really bad like back pain, and it's not sciatica because it's just in my like glute area, but it's like a nerve pain. So I realized that I have to go back and get some massages and like do some more things for me. And since I've been doing that, I feel a lot better mentally and physically. So I just wanted to mention that too, because I know we get so focused on our budgeting, but every once in a while it's important to spend some money on yourself, which I haven't really been doing. But I'm sure after I do this for a while, then I'm gonna go back the other way and feel like I've been spending too much and be really strict on my budget. So I think it's just give or take. You know when you need it. Okay, so for my self-care, it's gonna be getting $275. I have another massage coming up. I have an acupuncture appointment. And then I kind of want to get another pedicure, but I might not do that. So that's where that's going. And then I want to give myself some spending money again, just because this is a larger amount. I usually don't give myself any spending money besides like my groceries, household categories, things like that. But I'm going to give myself $300. I might not spend all of that. I actually can't imagine spending all of that, but I just want to give myself the option and like some cushion in case down the line I want to spend. I'd rather save it out of this paycheck since I have a little extra. So let's add up the total for our cash envelopes. 200 plus 100 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 275 plus 300. So that's 1,075 total. So 3,607 minus 1075. So we have 2532 left. And then gifts is going to be getting its usual 50. And then I have April here because I I'm talking way too much in this video, so I'm sorry if this is boring or not what you wanted to see, but I do this weird thing where during months that I get 3 paychecks, so the 2-3 paycheck months a year, I like to save for all my expenses prior to that 3rd paycheck, so it truly feels like an extra paycheck, if that makes sense. So I like to, usually out of my first 2 paychecks of the month, I'll pay all the bills and then budget for my cash envelopes out of the 3rd paycheck, so the 3rd paycheck can just go to, usually to my debt, or if there's other things that I'm really wanting to save for, and it truly feels like an extra paycheck. But since I have a little bit extra right now, I'm going to be saving for that 3rd paycheck time frame, if that makes sense. I know that's probably a little confusing, but that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to save $400. So that will total $450. So $25.32 minus $450 is $2,082. So I filled in this loan amount already because I did know that I want to just do this much straight to my loan payment. So I want to do $1,000 straight to my loan. So I'm going to do that first and then see what we can do for our savings challenges. We have $1,082 for our savings challenges. So let's go through. So 52 weeks, this is my lowest priority, so I'm actually just going to give it $20. And then 26 weeks. What should we do for this? Let's do $360. And then that'll give us $702. Let's just do 700. That'll give us 700 for our bingo challenge. So bingo is probably my highest priority. Plus I always like to put a lot towards my 26 weeks because I keep doing that one as like an extra debt payment. So by the end of the month, I paid whatever I budgeted to pay towards debt, so this could be $1,000. And I tried to hit 500 on my extra debt payment challenge every month. And then plus I have another paycheck in March, so I'll have more from that. So this is just from this paycheck. So I'm hoping by the end of the this month I'll probably pay $2,000 towards my debt. So let's see. So that total is 1,080, I think. Yep, 1,080. And then 2082 minus 1,080 is 1,002. Perfect. Minus 1,000. I have $2 left. So the $2 I'll just leave in my bank as a buffer. And I'm debating if I should just leave this spending money in the bank. No, it'll probably be more fun to cash stuff, so I'll probably just take it out for you guys. So let's see, our income total was $41.52. Bills were $5.45. Cash envelopes $10.75. Sinking funds $4.50. Savings $10.80. And debt $1,000. So let's just recalc this and make sure everything looks okay. 41.52 minus 5.45 minus 10.75 minus 4.50 minus 10.80 minus 1,000. $2. Perfect. So that's my budget for this pay period. It was really nice that I got that bonus. So that's what I decided to do with my extra money, is pay a little bit more towards my loan than I probably would have. I think I usually end up paying about $15 a month, so $500 per paycheck, and then the extra $500 for my 26-week challenge. So that's what it's been about. But like I said, this month I'm going for $2,000 total, so I knocked out half of that right away, and then we're almost to our $500 for the challenge. So that's one place I designated extra money. I gave myself some spending money. If I don't use that, I might roll it over into a challenge, or I might just keep that as a buffer. So I got to give myself spending money, which I don't usually do. I think it's important when you get extra money too that you give yourself at least a little bit, so you kind of feel it, and plus you put some towards your goals, so you kind of feel like you're doing that too. And then I also designated some of that money towards getting ahead for April, so that'll put me in a better spot come next month. So I think that was a good decision for me. And then the other place I decided to put some more money is my savings challenges. I haven't been able to put a lot recently because I haven't been having a lot of rollover, because I wasn't budgeting for my self-care appointment, so I was just pulling out of my envelopes. But now I was able to designate more, because this is a big goal of mine. Again, my extra debt payment every month, but also this bingo challenge, because we do have a trip coming up that this is going towards, and I really need to save some more money towards that. So I'm really happy where I decided to allocate this money towards. I thought this would be a nice video because, like I said, that's something I always struggle with, is prioritizing where I should put that money. But I'm definitely happy with what I did. If I didn't have that trip coming up, I probably would have put that $700 towards the debt as well. But I know myself, and I need to plan ahead for that trip, because if I pay off all my debt and then I have to go back into debt to go on the trip, it's very counterproductive, especially mentally for me, and I just know how discouraging that would be. So that's why I'm doing that instead of just throwing it all at the debt. But if that's something you want to do, you can totally do that. But like I said, give yourself a little bit of money and then throw the rest towards your debt or your savings goal, or getting a little ahead for the next month. And I think that's a good way to do that. So I just wanted to show this to you guys. If you like the video, please like it. And if you're interested to see the cash stuffing, this should be a fun one as well, because that's definitely a bigger amount than I usually get to stuff. So if you want to see that too, please subscribe and leave me a comment if you want. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.